June 12, 2025. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel International Airport, Ahmedabad. Air India Flight 171, a Boeing 787 Dreamliner, prepares for a routine journey to London. Passengers board, crew completes checks, and the weather is perfect. Nothing hints at disaster. The Dreamliner lifts off, but within seconds, both engines go silent, starved of fuel. The plane, now powerless, stalls at just 200 meters and plunges back to Earth. There's no time for a mayday. The aircraft crashes into a medical college hostel, erupting in flames. The explosion shakes the city. Black smoke fills the sky. First responders rush in, but the fire is overwhelming. The crash claims nearly everyone on board and several on the ground. Students caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. What began as a routine flight ends in devastation, leaving a scar on the community and the nation. The aftermath is chaos, confusion, sirens, desperate searches for survivors. In moments, a day of hope becomes one of India's darkest in aviation history. The world is left asking, how could a modern jet fall from the sky so suddenly? The investigation begins, searching for answers amid the wreckage. With 260 lives lost, Flight 171 becomes the deadliest aviation disaster in over a decade. Among the victims, 241 passengers and crew, 19 on the ground, many young medical students. The tragedy echoes past disasters, shaking the global aviation community. It's the first fatal crash for the Boeing 787 Dreamliner, a plane once hailed for its safety. Shockwaves hit the industry. Boeing stock plummets, airlines scramble to reassure passengers. Amid the devastation, one story stands out. Vishwashkumar Ramesh, the sole survivor, pulled from the wreckage, gravely injured. His survival is a rare glimmer of hope, but the world mourns the hundreds who weren't so lucky. The crash is more than a headline. It's a crisis of confidence for air travel worldwide. Families, regulators, and the public demand answers. How could this happen to such a modern aircraft? The search for truth intensifies. Investigators recover the black boxes. The data is chilling. No mechanical failure, no external threat. Instead, a deliberate action. Both fuel control switches moved from run to cut off. This single act starved the engines, causing instant flameout and total loss of thrust. At low altitude, there was no chance for recovery. The Dreamliner was in perfect condition until the moment the fuel was cut. The investigation shifts, not what happened, but who did it and why. Focus narrows to the two pilots. Was it a catastrophic error or something intentional? The possibility of sabotage or deliberate action looms. The world waits for answers as the investigation takes a disturbing turn. The Boeing 787's cockpit is designed to prevent accidental shutdowns. Fuel switches are protected by guards, requiring a deliberate two-step action to move them to cutoff. Experts agree, an accidental slip is nearly impossible, especially during takeoff. Both pilots were experienced, sober, and cleared for duty. Their records show no sign of distress or incompetence. The odds of a colossal mistake are vanishingly small. Investigators face two grim possibilities: an unprecedented error or a deliberate act. With no evidence of a third party, suspicion falls on the cockpit crew. The investigation grows darker as the search for motive begins. The cockpit voice recorder should have provided clarity. Instead, it deepens the mystery. In the final seconds, one pilot asks, "Why did you move the switches to cut off?" Shocked and alarmed. The other replies, "I didn't." This exchange suggests confusion, denial, or deception in the cockpit. One pilot tries to reverse the action, but it's too late. The plane is doomed. The brief, desperate conversation rules out a simple mistake. Was it a conflict, a misunderstanding, or something more sinister? The CVR offers no clear answers, only haunting questions. The truth of what happened in those final moments remains locked in the cockpit. For investigators and families, the mystery is agonizing. The crash's impact is global. Victims from India, the UK, Portugal, Canada, and beyond. Each name is a story cut short. Families, students, newlyweds, business travelers. Grieving relatives gather at airports, desperate for news, their lives upended in an instant. The slow, painful process of identification compounds their suffering. World leaders express condolences, but words offer little comfort. Families demand answers, frustrated by delays and official silence. Rumors and speculation fill the void left by a lack of information. The need for truth becomes a rallying cry. Closure is impossible without it. For these families, justice means understanding not just what happened, but why. Their grief is both personal and public, a call for accountability and change. The tragedy unites nations in mourning and in the search for answers. Only the truth can bring peace to those left behind. The investigation into Flight 171 is about more than a single crash. It's about trust in aviation itself. Every flight is an act of faith in pilots, planes, and the system. If this was a deliberate act, it forces tough questions about pilot screening, cockpit security, and mental health. The findings could reshape global safety standards, just as past tragedies have. For families, the final report is a chance for closure, a way to replace rumor with fact. The world waits for answers, because every traveler deserves to know the skies are safe. The crash is a stark reminder. Even the best systems are vulnerable to human action. Only by uncovering the truth can we honor the victims and protect the future of flight.